Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Anyone?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Cool. Time is out 4:01. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Let's do a quick roll call. Richard McKendrick, John Black, Connor Parker, Miss Eva Prelude, Matt Morrison,
Present.
Miss Candace Pittman, Chris Kiefer, Shirley Robinson, Kamal Shalom, Algeron Williams, John Epting, in the absence of a quorum, we will proceed. Public comments. Has there been any public comments other than the couple that was addressed to the comment from the state of the penny?
No, sir, not that I'm aware of any other than those that we received a follow-up on.
Okay. A couple comments that were submitted for the comment. Miss Edie Willard, she asked what categories are measured in order to receive the excellence in financial management or budget awards. The comment responded, the Certificate of Achievement Award criteria is outlined by the Government Finance Officers Association. And their website is www.gfoa.org/COA-programs-eligibility. Miss Edie, if by chance you are on or watching this, I will send you that link. We received another question from Ed Fleischman. What are the estimated occupancy efficiencies of the comment, percentage of riding versus maximum occupancy or potential? Is this something that can be improved? I don't see a response on that one from the comment, but we will definitely get a response and get that addressed to Mr. Fleischman. The last one is from Mamie Jackson. Is the comment in the process of removing the transit from downtown to Lucius Road? The comment responded, Miss Jackson, thank you for your note. Although there is a persistent rumor that the comment is moving the hub from downtown Columbia to the corner of Lucius Road and River Drive, we assure you that it is only a rumor. The site at Lucius and River is a super stop similar to the one at Columbia Mall. It was proposed to allow the comment to respond and adjust to the changes in traffic flow needs and rider population. The super stop will help some routes operate at an increased rate of frequency, as well as make some routes more efficient. We are talking about this over the next few months on Facebook Live. We hope you will join in to provide feedback and ask any additional questions that you may have. We got those. Next, we'll jump right into Office of Small Business Opportunities.
Good afternoon, everyone. With the Osbo office, since we've become a standalone, we have been pretty aggressive with expanding our database and our directory, more so focusing on construction, architectural, and engineering, small businesses. Right now, we're sitting at 127 SLBEs. We are pending 9 applications, and we also have 9 pending upcoming appointments. And that's pretty much what we've been focusing on is boots on the ground, getting the small businesses to come in and get their applications done. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Any questions for the Office of Small Business Opportunities? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the comments.
Hello, this is Rosalind Andrews. I am pinch hitting for Jackie Bowers. She's out on vacation. So can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And John, in reference to the feedback you had a little while ago, I just reached out to Pamela Bino Reed. She said she did submit a response to that question too. And she's gonna go back through her files and send it to you again.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, so our report begins on page 11 of your packet. So I kind of do the same as Ms. Bowers do previously. So starting on page 12, listed as item A, you'll see here where we have any projects in any projects up and coming. So we have a works in progress, any completed, and any unresolved issues, and anything pending. I know Ms. Bowers called me and said someone had an inquiry into, there was I guess a shelter or a stop that was on the report for a while. So what has happened, we spoke with our planner and the engineer for both. So where we had those that were still there, so it comes down to getting permission to install a stop or a shelter or anything on a person's property. So if you reached out one last time since we're meeting and we didn't get a response, it was removed from this packet. Or from this listing. So as of November 2023, we have no new shelters in the horizon, as well as benches. We have 2 approved sites for putting shelters up. And so you see, well, I'm sorry. Under approved sites, the shelters where we have stop 799, look like at 321, 331, it was under construction. At stop 838, which is North Main and Elmore, and that one's been on there for a while. So it says under construction. So again, you're gonna have to forgive me. I was giving this at the last minute to kind of give to you guys. So looking down, benches, we have 3 benches that are in the process of being put up. Like I said, they've been approved, but again, not sure why it's taking so long to put these up. And boarding and alighting. So I assume someone was asking for boarding and alighting at each of those locations. So boarding and alighting will be a count of how many passengers got on and off at a certain stop. I'm turning to the next page with sites currently under permit review. We have a shelter here, 1 shelter out at McIntyre. McIntyre did reach out to us requesting a large shelter for their area. So with them kind of owning their own property, it goes a little smoother with those people, with that company rather. Benches, we have 2 benches that we are waiting to get. As I'm not sure if any of you are aware, but as of right now, we had to put a halt on benches and bench advertising until something, there's something going on. And forgive me for not having the right words for it, but there's something going where we had to put a halt to installing benches and doing our bench advertising. Okay, sites and design. So we have 2 shelters going here. As you see, one at Pendleton and Barnwell, eastbound. One at Midlands Tech, northeast, super stop. We have several benches that we have in design. And as you see here, the asterisk said, dictates any that have been stopped or added since the previous report. Okay. Moving on to our ridership summary. For the month of October, we have almost 150,000 ridership, the number being 147,319, which is a 4.9% reduction from October this time last year. This is comparison to October to September. You see in the month of October, we increased by a little over almost 6%. Gamecock ridership, you see they had almost 44,000 passenger boardings. And again, that was a decrease of almost 5,000 for the month of September. Moving on into our financial position. So this kind of gives you a quick snapshot of where we are at the month of August. We finished with a net income of over 7 million, but that is largely due to the penny payment we just received. So we don't always look this good on paper. Next one will be our local fund spending, again, where we get with any DBE agencies. So this lists out all the monies we've spent with our DBE agencies. So of our goal, we have a 25% goal, but we've exceeded that. Exceeded is exceeded. We're at 25.1%. So we are just over that percent, over our goal by 1%, 0.1%. And that's the end of my report. Do you guys have any questions for us? And I'm sorry, John, just one other question. In case you guys have not heard the buzz, we do have a new executive director. His name is Maurice Pearl. He's on the line here with us now. I just wanted him to kind of get in and see what this would do and what it would be all about. And hear firsthand if you guys had any questions or any improvement requests on the report that we give you guys.
Thank you for that, and welcome, Mr. Pearl. Does anybody have any questions for the comment?
No questions, John, but I wanted to say congratulations on becoming a department with Richland County.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. All right. All right. Any other questions or anything for the comment? Then we'll move on to Mr. Maloney with the Transportation Department.
Thank you, Chairman Black. We're going through a lot of the questions and answers that we did have, and many of those with Penny did get answered in the meeting, or all the roadway related that we had. But as we go through that, we have projects moving forward. We've got a bid opening. Let's see here. I believe it's next. Well, Sunset. That'll be in preparation for that's tomorrow. So Sunset Sidewalk, that will be going into administration the very next day. So I want to thank procurement for being able to provide that turnaround. Hopefully we'll get multiple bids on that. And so coming tomorrow, and right a day before our deadline of getting that in to prepare for our transportation ad hoc meeting. So the upcoming meeting is in December, and that is early in December on Thursday the 14th. So that 14th is county committee meetings for December. As far as staffing has not changed, other than I think Mr. Nathaniel Miller supervises our inspection services, and I believe has brought in 2 new employees. So that'll get our inspection staff to a level of 5, which is in time for the new project starting up. where Atlas Road is. So Atlas Road will be a big project going into construction. It'll be good to have additional staff on that while Blythewood is going on for the road widening there, and more roads to follow. As far as the finance, I guess that marries along with what we just heard with Comet. And I know at the State of the Penny, we were talking about 555 million spent, and we're showing 570 million spent now, which includes some construction, Blythewood Road, the two intersections that are, well, in progress in construction, and then of course the payment to the Comet. The first road widening and the one that we're to get out just has a couple of things. One main thing is we're getting a phasing plan from the railroad, one of the two, as far as how they're going to do that. But apparently our final comments went into DOT and they're reviewing those. And so that we may be able to get a notice to proceed into construction. Blythewood Road, they've been installing curb and gutter. So they've gotten their drainage facilities in, and curb and gutter on the south side of the road. So that's moving along. Pretty much that's ahead of schedule. So that was indicating 13 March 2025 for completion. We started last April. So we look forward to seeing that one moving the way it is. Broad River Road widening remains on schedule. That right of way is underway. On this particular project, we're working with Columbia Water to help obtain easements, as long as we have negotiators out there in a big scale. So that is underway, and their staff over at the City of Columbia has reviewed the exhibits for all that they need. And now we're going to get the negotiations going so we can get additional information that might be needed property by property into the document and back to the city. On intersections, Bull and Elmwood. Bull and Elmwood is in the thick of its street construction right now. For those of us that traveled north and south on Bull, we know that there's areas that are down to one lane. Whenever we do that, we get approval from DOT to have a lane closure when they're working outboard. And they're doing that right now with driveway aprons at the gas station and working on curb lines. You'll see the new sidewalk along in front of the church on Elmwood. And they'll be working on the first intersection sidewalk ramps real soon on each side. They've got their new pipes installed that they needed for the found old storm sewer that was out there. Their big issue on getting that done sooner was just the amount of utility relocation in the corridor, and a particular private utility that did take a while to get out of the way. But they're working on the heavy part of that now, and so that's likely to continue on into March as far as getting that project completed. Garner's Ferry, Harmon, on that one, they've got their pavement in, the traffic signals working. So all but cleanup is needed there, so that we want to get some final pictures of that. As far as the new operation, they got their pavement markings down and the new pavement's all completed, so that project is substantially completed other than roadside cleanups. And also on Screaming Eagle Percival, we had mentioned before that they had been substantially completed. And I think the last thing we had out there was some overseeding and to get the orange and white barrels out of the corridor. So those are the larger projects I was going to cover this month. If there's anything else you have questions about, feel free to ask me. I'll just mention that in resurfacing, we do have a budget to continue on. Dr. Ali has been showing me that he's getting some savings from the initial bid on completion of these projects for bid package S&T, such a in the $1.5 million mark, and even going through, I think it was bid package R, and finding savings that were in those projects. So that, coupled with the additional funding provided by Richland County Council to keep the resurfacing program going, we're going to continue going down the list of road conditions to continue to add projects to that and get more bids out on that, so that we'd be bidding late winter in preparation for things to open up for paving again. As far as dirt roads, we have funding this year to complete about 3 miles more of dirt road paving. So our project manager is Jeff McNesby, and he's putting together a few more sets of plans for that, or a few more sets of roads for that. Greenway wise, we met with the city today on Gills Creek. We also could be talking about Smith Rocky Branch, but a couple of projects that are in and out of the city and also in the unincorporated county. But in Gills Creek, we're looking at a lot of the property acquisition issues out there at this point. So that's the stage of the project we're at in Gills Creek. Working out right away and who to contact and start that process. Design wise, the city had a few questions on that yet that we're ironing out with the final plan. Polo Road, Windsor Lake Greenway, we had a public meeting in the last say week and a half, and we had a good turnout for that, so that was a good thing. A fair amount of questions asked. We had at least representatives from one or maybe both of the property owners out there as well that we would be involved with for that project. So we'll be taking those comments and then making those public. But we'll continue to be taking comments on that.
Director Maloney, whenever you've got a chance, I have one quick question on transportation.
That concludes my report. I'm ready to take questions on transportation.
Okay, I just had one quick question. I was on Forest Drive the other day, I don't know, a week or so ago, and I noticed some folks waiting for the Comet at the old Richland Mall. There's a sign there, and the folks were literally sitting on the ground. There was no chairs there. I understand there's no covered area, but can we at least get that type of sign that has the seats coming out of the side of it? At least the folks could have sat, and kept themselves off the ground. I mean, how much do those things cost? I mean, they can't cost that much.
Do we have anyone from the comment that could speak to that?
All right, and I'll get done here so I can hear your response.
Do we have a spokesman from the comment that could field the question on how much those benches are? Or if there's should be one out there? It sounds like there is a posted bus stop, but no bench.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, this is Reese from the comment, and we'll look into that. I don't have the specific numbers right now for how much a bench costs. If we do find that information out while we're still on the call, we'll be sure to share that, and we will review that location for a bench stop.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Did anybody have any other questions for Mr. Maloney and regarding transportation? All right, thanks, Mr. Maloney. Let me get back up here to this agenda. So on other business, our next scheduled meeting will be December 18th. I propose that it be Zoom again one last time, and possibly in January we try to transition to in-person meetings again. But we'll be sending out some information to the committee members regarding that and a few other things. I would like to thank Councilman Weaver for joining us today. We appreciate that. And also want to take an opportunity to thank the public information team for all their hard work that went into the State of the Penny. It was a great success. It smoothed real flowly. Thank you to all the entities that were there as presenters. I think it was very beneficial. And I think going forward, we need to ensure that we continue providing as much information to the public as we can to dispel all the misinformation about the Penny program. And I think that the State of the Penny was a really good first step in getting the information out to the public about it stuff. So again, thank you, Chelsea, and everyone in communications for all your hard work. And there was just so many people involved with that behind the scenes, from graphics to running the cameras and putting it online and all that stuff. So we really do appreciate it. And I think the citizens, the majority, are grateful for all the hard work that was done as well. Unless there's any other questions or comments or concerns, the time is now 4:28 and we will adjourn. We'll see y'all next month.
This is Reese with the comment. Can I get
Yes.
the bench location again of where that is?
Yes, it was right across from where the BB&T, well, I guess it's Truist now, on Forest Drive, looking straight ahead at Richland Mall, well, the old Richland Mall. And there is a sign there. There is a comment sign there. There's just no of those side seats that come out. And I felt bad for these folks. They were just sitting there on the edge of the sidewalk because there was no bench there, or
Okay.
chairs, or whatever y'all call it.
Sure. Okay. That's very helpful. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for looking into it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank y'all. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Have a good Thanksgiving. See ya.
You too.
All right.
Marilyn, do you need something? I'm sorry, I was doing a Zoom. God, I finally figured out how to get on there.
So I get this email from Millie's tenant. Look at this. This is at Woodland